Untold Facts About Galaxy. Hello everyone. This is AWZ. Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy. What is a galaxy? A galaxy is an extremely large grouping of gas, dust, and billions of stars along with their respective solar systems. Galaxies can be either spiral or irregular in shape. Gravity is what holds all of these parts together in this structure. Our home is a planet in the solar system that goes by the name of Earth, and it is on this planet that we live out our entire lives. But where exactly are our sun and the planets that orbit around it? A relatively insignificant part of the greater Milky Way galaxy is comprised by this. A galaxy is a massive collection of gas, dust, and billions of stars, together with the solar systems that surround them. Together, these components make up a galaxy. Galaxy clusters are only held together by a single force, gravity. A central supermassive black hole can also be found at the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way, which we consider to be home. When you look up at the stars in the night sky, you are actually looking at other stars that are enclosed within the Milky Way. When you look at the Milky Way, you are seeing other stars. You might be able to make out the hazy bands that make up the Milky Way if the night is very dark and you are in an area that is free from the light pollution generated by cities and buildings. This requires that you be in a location that is free from the light pollution caused by cities and houses. On the other hand, there are an extremely large number of additional galaxies beyond the one that we occupy. Due to the sheer volume of individuals in question, we haven't even gotten started counting them all. After focusing its attention on a specific region of space for a period of 12 days, the Hubble Space Telescope was able to identify 10,000 galaxies that were distinct from one another in terms of their dimensions, shapes, and colors. Some astronomers have hypothesized that there could be as many as 100 billion different kinds of galaxies spread across the entirety of the cosmos. There are galaxies in the universe that have a spiral structure, much like our own. They have the look of a pinwheel because to the way their arms are bent in front of their bodies. The other galaxies have perfectly smooth surfaces, and their overall shapes are elliptical in shape. Elliptical galaxies are the name given to these types of galaxies. Furthermore, there are galaxies that are neither spiral nor oval in shape. These galaxies can be found. They have the look of blobs and have amorphous shapes all over their bodies. The light that we see emanating from each of these galaxies originates from the individual stars that can be found within each of these cosmic structures. Galaxies are capable of coming dangerously close to one another and even colliding with one another on occasion. The Andromeda Galaxy, which is the one that is located at the location that is physically nearest to us, will eventually run into our Milky Way galaxy. However, there is no reason to be concerned about this matter. This won't take place for at least another 5 billion years, and it probably won't happen at all. On the other hand, even if it were to take place tomorrow, it is possible that you might not even notice it. Even when galaxies crash with one another, the planets and solar systems that are contained within them frequently do not get anywhere close to coming into contact with one another because galaxies are so huge and separated at their ends. There are 20 interesting facts about galaxies, most of which you are probably not aware of. The Milky Way has a rotational period of exactly 200 million years, during which it travels at a speed of 560,000 kilometers per hour, making a full revolution once every 200 million years. Alternatively, it's possible that you were previously aware of that. 1. It is believed that the German philosopher Immanuel Kant, who lived during the 18th century, was one of the first people to postulate that the Milky Way was not the only galaxy in the universe. Kant was active throughout this time period. Kant was the first person to refer to a galaxy as an island universe, which was a word that he coined. 2. The most recent findings in the field of astronomy indicate that there are an astounding 100 billion galaxies in the portion of the universe that is observable to humans. 3. It is believed that Geoffrey Chaucer first used the term Milky Way in his poem The House of Fame, which was published in the 14th century. This would make it one of the oldest examples of the word in the English language. He made the analogy that the universe is like a highway that stretches over the heavens. 4. Since we are already discussing travel, I feel obligated to point out that the expansion of the universe is driving other galaxies to move further away from our own, which means that we are getting further and more apart. Galaxies that are further out from the Milky Way are receding into space at a faster rate than those that are closer to the center of our galaxy. 5. Some of the galaxies that are receding from the Milky Way have a shape that is ellipsoidal, which is comparable to the shape of a football. It's also feasible for galaxies to have a very flat and thin appearance, similar to the Milky Way, along with tentacle-like arm structures. 6. Galaxies can also have an appearance that is more amorphous, as is evident with the many dwarf galaxies that are there. Because each galaxy only contains a few hundred or a few thousand stars, they are the smallest galaxies that can be found anywhere in the universe, compared with 100 billion stars in the Milky Way. 7. It is not uncommon to find groups of dwarf galaxies clustered together on the periphery of larger galaxies. 8. Dwarf galaxies frequently experience a loss of their star population as a result of the gravitational attraction exerted by their larger neighbors. The dwarf galaxies are falling apart, which is resulting in a dispersion of the stars throughout the sky in all directions. You won't be able to see it, not even with a magnifying lens, which is quite unfortunate. 9. You also won't be able to see the enormous black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy, but if you've ever cast your gaze in the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, the Archer, you've been looking in the right direction. 10. The mass of the core black hole in the vast majority of galaxies is typically near to 1/1000th the mass of the galaxy that it resides in, according to the findings of astronomers. 11. The Small Magellanic Cloud and the Large Magellanic Cloud, which are two of the galaxies that are closest to the Milky Way, might not have any black holes at all. This is a possibility. Or, given that none of these galaxies are especially large, the size of the black holes at their centers may be undetectable because they are so small. 12. Despite this, every galaxy has some quantity of dust in some form or another. When the dust is observed visually, it makes the light appear redder than it really is, which can make things difficult for astronomers who are researching the characteristics of stars. Stars are the source of dust in the universe. 13. This dust has the ability to travel a considerable distance. Some galaxies are to blame for galactic winds, which are responsible for the expulsion of dust and gas into the intergalactic medium at speeds of hundreds of kilometers per second. The intergalactic medium is the space that exists between galaxies. Galactic winds are caused by some galaxies. 14. The sunlight exerts pressure on the dust and gas, which results in the creation of these winds. The galaxies that are far away and produce stars at a faster rate than the Milky Way have the fastest galactic winds. 15. The Milky Way rounds the center of our galaxy at a speed of approximately 560,000 miles per hour, which is comparable to a speed of approximately 250 kilometers per second. A full revolution of the Milky Way takes approximately 200 million years to complete. 16. Roughly one galaxy revolution ago, dinosaurs were the most numerous and apex predatory species on Earth. 17. The fact that galaxies rotate at the pace that they do cannot be adequately explained by the gravity of their star systems on its own. Because dark matter does not either emit or reflect light, astronomers are able to determine that it is the cause of the additional gravitational force. This is because dark matter does not interact with light in any way. 18. The vast majority of a galaxy is made up of empty space. The only exception to this rule is dark matter. The distance between galaxies would be 4,800 kilometers if the stars that make up galaxies were squashed down to the size of oranges, 3,000 miles. 19. If galaxies were shrunk to the size of apples, the space between them and the galaxies that surround them would be no more than a few meters at most. Galaxies are in such close proximity to one another that it is possible for them to collide and form larger structures. 20. The Milky Way galaxy and the Andromeda galaxy are on track to meet and merge into a single entity in around 4 billion years. As a result of the merger process, which is anticipated to take at least 100 million years to finish, an ellipsoidal galaxy with the nickname Milky would form. This is all for now. Check out other videos on our channel. Enjoy.